Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So the way that we were rejected at our resistance level basically confirms my thoughts from the previous video that we ideally see one more low here because we haven't seen yet a breakout above the resistance and we haven't seen a breakout above the yellow trend line, and it just looked unfinished. As you might remember from the previous video, I couldn't really count 5 waves down here, only 3, and it just is a bit strange. I also don't have a very good visibility here of what the lower degree wave count could be within the wave 5. There are a few options. Yeah, I mean, I can even count or try to count the entire wave down as a diagonal, and then you have just an ABC in the wave 5. So instead of really going into the micro level here, I think it is important to be aware just of the key support here, which is so relevant for this wave 2, which is between 32.65 and 27.65 cents. I know a few people were already a bit upset. They might have missed here an entry for Cardano, but as I highlighted already before, if we get into this area again, in my opinion, there is another possible buying opportunity. Now again, that's no financial advice. I can always only share with you where prices are most likely going to turn around, and this is, in my opinion, this move. This area, which is quite large, that area, but it is a larger wave 2 support zone, yeah, based on the correction that is needed for this wave 1, which occurred between December and February. So this wave 1 is being corrected in an A, B, C correction, and this C wave usually, well, it consists of 5 waves, and we can make a case here that the low isn't in yet. And in addition to the pattern itself and that it just looked unfinished, I also still look at one more low possibly for Bitcoin. Yeah, just looking at the Bitcoin chart, which is still not doing anything today while some altcoins are actually dropping. Bitcoin is in a triangle and it looks to me as if it would be ready for another drop very shortly, maybe tomorrow. Of course, it can always go up, yeah, and it can go up short term. It wouldn't invalidate any pattern here or anything. But a pennant like that would just strongly suggest continuation to the downside. And we see that ADA is already reacting here to the resistance. So it rallied out of our support area, the 50% FIB level, normally the first support for a wave 2. So no surprise that we saw some kind of a reaction, actually a bit stronger than that reaction than I would have anticipated necessarily, because it would have been great to just be able to count this as a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up, a wave 3 down, here a wave 4 to the upside, and a 5 down. Now, there is a slight overlap between wave 1, possible wave 1, and wave 4. Now, okay, this is the ADA USDT chart. It might be different on the ADA USD chart. We can actually check that. That would make things easier. Let's actually double check. That is Coinbase. But also here we have a slight overlap. Now, you know, we talk here about a fraction of a cent. I mean, there is a bit of an overlap, yes. In the end, sometimes, and they even say that in the Elliott wave books, sometimes when you know the rules, you also know when to sometimes ignore them. So meaning that, you know, we might be able to still count that. Let me just find the, yeah, we might still be able to count that as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 5. However, you know, I wouldn't get too confused about the wave count. I would rather try not to break any rules here. There are other waves or wave counts possible, certainly, that we could possibly apply here, but that's not so important. What is more important is to understand that ideally we get one more low. It would be in line with what I see for Bitcoin, Ethereum. But, and that's very important, if ADA rallies now above this resistance area, then the low was probably in. And the low then probably was in because we hit our support area. The trend reversal area was activated. It turned around in the area. And if it breaks out now above the previous high, I would say the low was in here for the wave 2. The reason why I would say it then is that the move to the upside here, in my opinion, can possibly be counted as a 5-wave move on a lower time frame. Yeah, you can get an impulse out of this, with the wave 1, 2, 3, here a possible 4 as a flat, and then the wave 5 as an ending diagonal. It's actually quite a nice 5-wave move. And if it now holds here, this support, yeah, it basically should now hold 32.6 cents. It already reacted here to the 50% fib level. Maybe we have a small 1-2 setup here. Yeah, I mean, again, this is now something where some people might wanna get in after they missed it down here, but yeah, I can't give you any advice on that. But it is a possible 5-wave up, 3-wave down move. It's just that given the bigger picture, that, for example, Bitcoin has probably not bottomed, Ethereum hasn't bottomed. I'd rather be looking for one more low, but as I said, you know, sometimes you don't get it, and that's why we've got these nice and colorful support areas on the chart, and you always have to expect a reversal in them. And if we now rally from here, then the primary expectation for the ADA chart worked out, and we probably have a rally ahead of us into the 50-cent range plus. Yeah, I think we talk about 55 cents there for the third wave, and that would give us a decent reward to risk ratio from here. If we go a little bit lower, this of course would be another possibility to scale in further, and the condition that this overall setup works out is that the 27.6 cent level is holding. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.